We got Love, and we got Tua. If only Love's name was Hawk, it would have really just gone really viral. But those two guys are connected.
What's wrong with you?
Those two guys are, well, I mean.
Yep. No, you're right.
Just
you're right.
Trying to stay current.
Is she on minute 14 now or what?
And I think if you asked anybody out there, it's kind of wild. If you asked most NFL fans which guy deserved it more, they'd name the kid who started 1 year in the NFL.
Because he won a playoff game.
You know? And
in Dallas. Come on.
I am here to cape for Tua.
Well, that's no surprise.
I don't know why.
You got a soft spot for the kid.
I do.
I know.
I do. But he's also really good. And everybody assumed when Mike McDaniel took the gig in Miami, bringing his brilliant X and O schemes from his time in San Francisco and his time before that in Cleveland and whatever, that he would be right at the forefront of what was going on in Miami prior to his arrival, which was the head coach didn't believe in the kid. Don't forget, remember Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing a ton? Remember that?
Because Brian Flores seemingly didn't like Tua.
Well, and again, to bring up Schlereth's point, you got to, if you're a quarterback in this league with a ton of talent and you're young and your career's starting, boy, would it be great if you're hooked up with a head coach who's an offensive head coach.
Yeah.
Because the defensive head coach is like, don't make the mistakes. Let my side of the football rule the day, which we'll see how that axiom stands up in Chicago and Washington. I don't know if that's going to hold water with Eberflus and Quinn. But long story short, this is about Tua and McDaniel and what McDaniel hopping on Air Ross and FaceTiming with Tua saying, you're my guy. And then the front office and the drafting is just, let's get one track meet guy after another. So when Tua hits the back foot and is an accurate, quick trigger, ball out, scheme has him open, touchdown. Big play game. And when Tua is at the controls, because we all know 2 years ago, the concussion problems scared the hell out of us when he had that moment in Cincinnati, and then really concerned us when he couldn't finish the season. And Skylar Thompson got the start in the playoffs that the Miami Dolphins made, in part because of how well Tua played when he was healthy. Look at the numbers. They don't lie. They don't lie. When Tua's at the controls since 2022, the points per game is 11.3 points per game better. The total yards per game is up. Third down, I mean, that's a difference between being good or bad. 10% better. 40% third down percentage. And then the passing touchdowns and interceptions, you know. He's got 56 touchdowns and 25 interceptions. And you could sit here and go, hey, you know, you just said, Rich, all he's got to do is just get it out of his hands and let everyone else do the rest. That's the way it works, which is why I keep saying to you, boy, if there's any team in the NFL that needs that home field advantage when it's in January, it's the Miami Dolphins. They got to have it. Now, would it help that if they don't have it, that the place they go to isn't like Fortress of Solitude freezing? Yeah, that would help.
Yeah,
That would help.
a little bit.
But
I went Superman instead of Star Wars. I forget the name of is it the Ice Moon of Hoth? Is that what that was?
whoa, did you really pull that out?
Oh, yeah.
That
I
was
think
a
I
good
might
one.
have.
That was a good one. But the Fortress of Solitude, you hit it right.
I got it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. The people who think it's not Tua's world.
You did. Well done, Rich.
Thank you. I just offer the pushback. He's really good, and he's accurate, and they have built the team around him, which is exactly why you're going to be paying Tyreek Hill more, which you're gonna, and you just hit it with Jalen Waddle, and you keep drafting these kids like Achane, and you keep on getting faster, and you got the guy who can dial it up. Yeah, you pay Tua. That's what you do.
Doing it in the playoffs, man.
I know.
You weren't even active for the one, and then you stunk in the other one. I don't care how cold it was. And then you lost the week before. You're the only player to lose 2 playoff games in 1 year.
So he even said that heavy wears the crown, and he knows it. He gets
good.
it.
So let's see what you got.
I think what he's got is...
Go win the division this year.
I think he will.
Ooh, calling a shot already.
I kind of think he will. Again, but that is in a bad... I'm keeping my finger on that chess piece right now. Because obviously, the Bills are going to be good again. And the question is how long will it take for the new parts in this offense to all fit together? Does it even matter? Could Josh Allen just say, screw it, I'm just going to take it over anyway? And we'll see what the Jets look like. It's a total mystery to me.
Totally, yeah.
Because I've got to see what they look like and see how frisky the football gods are with that Nard kick that they have always at the ready. I don't
Wilson
know.
And Rodgers are yelling at each other on the sideline.
That one I'm not. That's just training camp stuff.
I don't know.
Whatever. I like the fact that Wilson feels like he feels comfortable that he can do that.
Yeah, and they ended it with a handshake.
But again, you've got it set up. The eggs are in the Tua basket. You've already got the roster in the Tua basket, and you got the coach in the Tua basket. You might as well fill the basket up with $200 million and give it to Tua. Mike McDaniel had this to say, because again, when I saw their relationship firsthand and heard about it from both guys in Munich last year, prior to that game against the Chiefs that the Dolphins lost, and McDaniel said before that game, the narrative is who have we really beaten, and we'll see what happens. Well, we saw what happened, and we wound up wondering who have they really beaten, and the answer was nobody. With the exception of a couple late season contests. But McDaniel laid it all out there again when he was asked over the weekend about the contract and their relationship and what this contract being awarded to Tua means to him and that.
It's why one of the absolute main reasons you get into coaching. You hope that you can help people realize their best selves. So for him to be at this part of his journey with the growth, and it's that's why you do what you do, and it's also I think you're also in the process really making sure that whatever player that is getting compensated in whatever way, okay, you are trying to get their game to a point where they can be in that market to do that. And the second you're in that market to do anything, what comes from that, so you don't get surprised by it. So it is really, really cool for the organization. It's really cool for Tua. Something that has been a lot of man hours, a lot of investment, and what's cooler than that? I think a lot of people can get on board with that story, but it's hard for me to talk about it without the caveat that from the beginning, this was our objective was to continue growth and work together, and in that process, you get compensated, and then you get compensated, and what do you do with the organization, for yourself and for your family with this tremendous opportunity. So it's a cool moment that we are we have a couple high fives, and we're moving on to today's practice to really get after that. And that's one of the reasons why he has the contract he has, is because that's the type of person he is.
Love it. Love him. I mean, that's what let's not forget. This Dolphins franchise has been waiting to find an identity and a coach that they can believe in, and a quarterback who's the next Marino, and win a division and go to the Super Bowl. And whether it happens or not, they have a plan, right? Like, this is the plan. Let's bring in this guy who's a wizard and is offbeat, outside the box. Let's hook him up with Tua, bring in Tyreek Hill, and get really fast and see who's going to stop it. Can that get past the Chiefs? We shall see. Can he even get to the Chiefs? We shall see. But it's a plan. And I think folks in South Florida should be psyched about it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.